Right. Yeah, I think it's really eye-opening. Also on a meta level, I think like the idea of defining principles for your own life, I think it kind of hit the point home for me, and it was in many ways I don't know if life changing is the right word, but kind of a really impactful book for me in many ways. Yeah. So I think I'm recording now. Yeah. And I can also share you my screen. So I think like overall, can you see my screen? Yeah. So I think like this is where we started with in a way. It's like people outside of active Slack members are just not aware of where and how to help, right? So that was the starting point. Is there like, can you elaborate a little bit about kind of what that actually means for you right now, and kind of how you see the state of CoronaWhy community or from this perspective? Mm? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. And I think like overall, I mean, kind of to give you a little bit of background about Mattermore, we uh, we started with the idea of let's connect the high level solutions to climate change and connect those to opportunities. And that was like last fall, and we've learned a lot about how the world works. And we at some point we pivoted to COVID because that's where all the energy was. And I mean I'm involved like 100 and maybe 150 different Slacks, and I mean involved is an exaggeration, but I'm inside and I've been observing these communities, and a lot of the communities have kind of fairly similar challenges, especially the communities that are actually working on something, not just like sharing information and ideas, but actually kind of working together towards a shared purpose. And I think like Slack is amazing for, well, quick iteration for kind of like understanding where things are going within a certain team that's actively working on something. It's also, I think, very good for building that human to human connection. If you want to do it face to face, it's much better than a forum or email or whatever other channel. So I think it succeeds in that very well. But the messiness of it all is something that I've heard from other places as well. I was just at a call with this Harvard-spun coronavirus visualization community, and they have a kind of I think like an almost exactly the similar kind of a challenge that you have. So I think that's just something I wanted to state and kind of tell a little bit about kind of where we come from. Now about the demo. So how Mattermore works is very, very simple. And I apologize if I butchered your brand image. This is some kind of picture I found somewhere from the internet. So how Mattermore works is very simple. It's simply a place where people come to share what they are working on. So that's it basically. So if I go here for a second, and you can see, for example, like here's just one example. So Marina, she's a research assistant at and kind of examining pollution from satellite images, and that's what she's working on. Or there's like a machine learning competition organized by Project X, kind of University of Toronto, and they are sharing what they are working on, and that's kind of it. Now, how this is related to CoronaWhy is that if we think of like you have the Slack and then you have Trello, and I think like what's difficult even with the Trello board is that you shared me this, and I was like, okay, what are the needs? So I see a lot of tasks with what does actually this project need in terms of like skills and like what type of expertise, what types of skills, how many people, and so forth. So it's quite a challenge, and I think like one way that I'm hearing a bit of an echo now, my own voice. So yeah, okay, better. So how you could use Mattermore is that you would have this type of like a CoronaWhy space where you could have all the different members belonging to CoronaWhy, or just like for example team leads. And well, we have here like a simple overview, maybe some updates. I'm not sure if that's interesting to you, but here's the thing. So if I go here where I'm the owner, these working on posts. So what am I working on? These are called matters, and we could have like, yep, sorry. Okay, good. Okay. So the idea is that for example, for the literature review tool, you could share a matter, so a post about what you're working on, and it basically it looks like this if you can see my screen. So that's the title, the people working on it. I think you should have gotten actually like an email invite, and this email invite should be you can kind of sign up through that link. So you can add either like members are already here, or you can invite people by email. There's a description. It's like Markdown plus kind of Git flavored Markdown, and then tags that describe your work, and that's basically kind of how this works. And now if we think about like how can we help this project, so if you actually go in here, we can add to each of these matters or projects. So it could be like a team of yours. We can add different needs. So hold on. So for example, I'm not sure kind of what does literature review project need, for example, like overall. Is there something like specific that you need, for example, expertise wise? A lot. Yeah. So for example, like this, we could add some kind of text here, like for tool, blah blah blah. So it's here, and we can add a second one. So this is basically, I mean, you understand how this goes. So you can add all of these needs here, and they are then, if I go back here and refresh, the needs are shown here. So basically what this means is that somebody who's not active on Slack could come here and see the teams and see the different needs, click on them and see if there's some kind of description related to that. And if they see that, hey, I'm actually a web developer and I'm interested in that, they can reach out. Hi, I'm a web developer interested in your project. And what happens is that I'll get to my inbox. So, I mean, this is confusing because I'm talking with myself right now here, but with two different accounts. But the web developer reached out to this project, or even kind of to certain needs, so related to the web development. And then we can have a quick discussion here. If it's actually a good person, interesting person that could help out, then I mean you can move intro him to your Slack community or the kind of the channel where the work is being done. If this would be a team, so for example, if you would have signed up, you would also kind of be in the same conversation. So basically, the web developer could reach out and send a message to the whole team and see also who's in the team, what they are working on, what their backgrounds are, LinkedIn profiles, GitHubs, whatever, and have a one-to-many conversation, and that could be like a recruiting conversation in a way. So what I'm basically saying is that this could operate as either a private or like a half public or public front for CoronaWhy that could like help people understand what's actually going on in the community. So it's like unlike Slack, where there's a lot of messages, or Trello where there's a lot of to-dos, this would be just about the specific needs, so what people are looking for. Does that make sense? Yeah, so that's basically it. I think like that's how this works, and I guess like I'm interested in hearing your thoughts and point of view. Mm? Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely understand, and like I think that will be probably difficult, and it's I think like what I said before in the Slack message to you a couple of weeks back is that if I mean this tool could, I mean if you have the tool, this could work as a way to like publish what people are working on fairly regularly. It could also work as I think a way to help people build their own. I mean, you have volunteers, and there's like the question about like who has contributed on what, and one way to do that would be to kind of build your own kind of feed of whatever you're working on, and this could be as like a way to keep track on people's contributions. So that's one thing. But I think like that might be an interesting benefit that would enable or like encourage people to sign up. But I'm not sure if that's enough. And I think like the other point of view is just everyone realizing that this like onboarding is difficult, and it is a problem. If you want like really good people to join, you need to have some place where you can communicate the needs explicitly. So if it's Mattermore, if it's some other tool, you need something in addition to Trello and Slack anyways. Okay. Yeah, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. And yeah, I need to uh, ask my co-founder to add you as an owner or organizer to this space as well, and then you can play around with this part as well. So um, yeah, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Thank you. Yeah, have a great Friday. Yeah, bye bye.